Hey there everybody, welcome to another episode of Gideon's Tactical. Today we're going to be doing a full field test on the SOG Seal Pup. So the handle on the SOG Seal Pup is really nice. It's made out of glass reinforced nylon, which is really tough and durable, and I just tend to like that a little bit more than Kraton, and particularly just because it'll last longer. The Kraton, tends to wear out over a long period of time, and just kind of gunk up your hands sometimes. I like this glass reinforced nylon, particularly with the texture and finger grooves that they've given you here on the SOG Seal Pup. They give you nice, not jimping, ridging all the way along, really aggressive checkering along the sides, and then those finger grooves all the way along. You can see I wear large size gloves. My hands are a size large, and you can see I got plenty of room to spare there on the end. Full tank construction into a lanyard hole, which is just really nice, and it's slim and thin and really fits my hand well. It doesn't feel all chunky and blocky like say some other knives. So the handle on the SOG Seal Pup is awesome with that full tank construction, and it's not going to be cold when it's cold out, and it's not going to be hot when it's hot out. It's going to basically stay a nominal temperature, so you could be using bare hands and use the knife really well, and just gives you really good traction regardless if it's wet or hot or your hands are sweaty or with gloves or whatever. You're going to get really good traction with the SOG Seal Pup handle. You can see here as I'm holding this Seal Pup, they got this kind of hump right here that I'm resting my thumb in, and I can get over even those serrations and really get some good control either with the plain edge or if I want to go to those serrations and use the knife, which is really nice. It kind of gives me that natural cup right there to support my thumb as I really get aggressive on a piece of wood or material. Really any grip that you use the SOG Seal Pup in, I'm doing these chest pulls, which I like to do sometimes when I'm sitting around the campfire, or if you are just sitting here like this, just whittling, having a good old time, making some pegs for your tent that maybe got broken, whatever, a marshmallow stick. It's just comfortable to use. I love just wielding the SOG Seal Pup. It's just a blast and just really, really fun and comfortable. There's nothing that I can really complain about with this knife. Really nothing at all that comes to mind that I'm like, man, this really sucks about this blade. I mean, every part about it, particularly for the price point, again, this is not a $100 knife, okay? This is a $45 to $50 knife, is just amazing. I love it. You can see as I stab, the SOG Seal Pup is designed to be a tactical knife, be able to get in there really deep into this stump. I'm getting really good penetration. I'm not worrying about either sliding down because of this nice guard here, as well as the thumb ramp here. Just keeps me really locked into place, especially with the traction, again, with that glass reinforced nylon handle. And then the clip point design of the tip is just awesome. Really nice reinforced there. Delicate enough that you're gonna be able to really get deep into a stab, but strong enough that you're not gonna worry about what you're stabbing into, and you're gonna be able to just really get some really good stabbing, with your SOG Seal Pup. If you are using it in a tactical format, or you just need to really get deep into something, some sort of material, it is definitely going to be able to withstand some really hard use, as well as your stabbing this way. It's just really nice that it does all that for you. Got some really heavy duty nylon rope here, and I'm using just the plain edge. You can see how easily it's going through that. Really nice. And then if we go to the serrations, boom, tear right through there. So those serrations are going to just do a great job with man-made materials, nylon rope, webbing, that type of stuff. And the plain edge will do it too, no problem, right here on the plain edge with that belly. So awesome slicer with man-made materials. So the blade on this SOG Seal Pup is made out of AUS 8 steel, Rockwell harness 57 to 58. That is made in Taiwan. Yes, I'm sorry, it's not made here in the USA, but it is a stainless steel, and you can see here it has a hollow grind, and it is just doing a fantastic job carving on this wood, whittling. This thing is a slicer. It is awesome to be able to carve with, razor sharp out of the box, and over long periods of time. This is probably 3 or 4 year old SOG Seal Pup, and just holds its edge as well as any of my 1095 knives, and it's really because of the heat treatment that SOG did on this particular AUS 8, and what they do with most of their AUS 8, they do a heat treatment and then a cooling treatment that really keeps an edge for a really long period of time. It'll hold an edge a lot more than, say, some other knives out there on the market with that AUS 8 steel, and it's just awesome when it comes to this type of cutting, you know, feathering, whittling. You can see how well these serrations can just go to town on this Seal Pup. I'm getting really thin shavings of that wood. You know, and I'm not a big fan of serrations, but the ones on the Seal Pup are just amazing and will do a great job for you on wood as well as other materials. And you can just see here that the blade, you know, from handle to tip is going to be 4 3/4 of an inch, and then the cutting edge is 4 inches even. The thickness of the knife blade back here is 0.19 inches thick, which is 3/16 of an inch thick, and then it tapers down really quick to that, you know, nice unsharpened swedge. Really durable but delicate tips. You're gonna be able to get in there really well, and just an overall great utility cutting knife. You know, regardless of what you're doing, man-made materials, or you're out here in the wilderness and you're using the serrations or the plain edge, it's just going to do a great job for you in any sort of cutting capacity. All right, let's just take a moment and look at the sheath that comes with the SOG Seal Pup. And this is the basic model. You can get a nice Kydex sheath as well. This is the very basic model that we're looking at today. This is not the SOG Seal Pup Elite. The Elite, just really, the only difference is you can get them plain edge, different coatings, and it is the exact same thickness. Don't worry about that. They are the exact same thickness. Handles are the same. Really, the only difference is they put some jimping all the way along the back spine, and then the options of the coating and plain edge or serrated. That's really the only difference with the SOG Seal Pup Elites and this very basic model. And so this is the basic sheath, and this is really for a knife that you can get for under $50, one of the best nylon sheaths around. You have a button with Velcro, slides nice into a little plastic sleeve down in there, slides into place, Velcros and buttons, and boom, really nice and tight. Just a little bit of a rattle. The knife is not coming out, so the blade is not exposed. You're not going to accidentally cut yourself. They have lashing down here as well for paracord, so you could do a secondary lashing. Nice little pocket with Velcro, just a dump pocket there. Really nice. You put a multi-tool, your sharpening kit, another little pocket knife, something like that in there. Little survival kit. Then they have lashings down here as well, so that you can put paracord through again, lash it around your leg if you wanted to. Then you got your really stiff belt loop in there. That's very, very stiff. You know, and it's almost better just to use the molly that they give you on the back and put that on your belt. Nice little strip of molly there, easily weave through, and just multiple lashing points. And for, again, a knife that is under $50, really well designed sheath there that I just really like. On a little side note as well, if you own a SOG Northwest Ranger, that knife will fit perfectly into the SOG Seal Pup nylon sheath, because the leather sheath that the Northwest Ranger comes with is bogus and a piece of junk, but that Northwest Ranger will fit inside this sheath no problem. So that's a really nice feature as well. You can use this basically for 2 different knives, but a great little nylon sheath that the SOG Seal Pup does come with. Now this SOG Seal Pup only weighs in at 5.4 ounces, which is really lightweight, and you know, chopping isn't its forte, but I've just done that little pinky lanyard that I like to do. You just do a little lanyard just to slip your pinky through there so you can really get some motion, and I am able to do some of this light chopping. Now, I mean, I'm definitely exerting some energy. That a heavier knife, you know, would take a lot less energy to cut these little limbs off, but you can see that it's definitely getting the job done. And in an emergency situation, you could definitely do some light chopping. Again, light chopping. You're not going to be, you know, be clearing the forest with this SOG Seal Pup, but you can definitely do light chopping. Particularly if you do that pinky lanyard, it's going to get do the job that you're going to need to in an emergency situation. So everybody, in conclusion, the SOG Seal Pup, regardless if you're getting the Elite or just the basic model, is an awesome blade. I love using it. I think every guy should have one. You know, it's a great car knife, great utility knife, you know, great, you know, backup emergency knife, lightweight. That's a big plus. The AUS 8 steel, you know, I prefer high carbons, but for stainless, I mean, I'm loving the heat treatment that they've done on this SOG Seal Pup, the handle, everything. I mean, for, again, under $50, you can't go wrong. I was actually talking with a buddy of mine who has a Navy SEAL friend, and when he asked him, hey, what's your go-to knife, you know, when you were in the SEALs? Without even thinking, he said SOG Seal Pup, which is pretty impressive that a Navy SEAL would say that this was his go-to knife when he was, you know, all over the world defending this country. So this is an awesome little blade, highly recommended here at Gideon's Tactical. Thanks for watching, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.